Hi guys, today I'm going to be trying on another one of the Dior Quints from their holiday collection, and today it's going to be the Quint Galactic, and this is number 589. In my last video I tried on the other Quint, and that one is Cosmic Eyes, and that's number 359. This is a stunning Quint, the one that I tried in the other video. Just really beautiful. So I'll just show you a quick look, and in that video I did 3 different looks, so if you want to take a look at that video I'll just put a link up here. So today with the Galactic Quint I will do the same. I'll do some swatches on the back of my hand, and then I'll do 3 eye looks. First of all, I'll just do 1 eye look on each eye, and then the third and final look will be both eyes. So just like with the other Dior Quints, this has a shelf life of 6 months from date of opening, but from my own experience they last a lot longer than that. These are made in France and they have 7 grams of product. So let's take a look at the colour story of number 589. This is Galactic, and this is a cooler colour story. I think this is absolutely stunning, and I mentioned it in my last video, but when I first saw initial pictures on Instagram of this Dior collection, I thought these Quints just looked absolutely gorgeous, and the pictures weren't that great quality. In person and on the eye they are just even better. This is an absolutely beautiful collection, and I'll just hold it up again just so you can take a good look at the embossing in case you haven't seen it before. It is really beautiful. So it's embossing of constellation and flowers, and the shade down the bottom, the dark color down here, that looks like in the pan, and I don't know whether you'll be able to see it on camera, but it has like, seems to have a little bit of glitter in it, but it's like the eyeshadow in the other one, the Cosmic Eyes. That was exactly the same, and when I put that on my eye I really couldn't detect any of the glitter at all. But the last Quint, they were smooth and buttery, so I'm expecting that this formula will be exactly the same, and I'm excited to try it. I haven't swatched this yet. I've only taken pictures of this for Instagram, so this will be my first time trying it in today's video. And swatching these on the back of my hand now, these feel exactly the same as the other Quint. They are super soft and super buttery, just really beautiful. So here are the colours. These are swatched from left to right and top to bottom. So this one here is like a peachy shade, then we have a beautiful silver, and then we have a really deep, it's almost like a deep sort of eggplant, sort of plum colour. It's really gorgeous. All of these are satins, and then we have the black, which feels like a matte, although it's really creamy as well. And this one here is the centre shade, and that is like, it's a off-white type of colour. And I was just having another look at the shade here that was swatched on my hand, and I'm not really quite sure what colour it is. It's like a burgundy sort of brick shade. It is really beautiful, and I'm quite happy with the swatch on my hand, because when I just saw pictures of this I thought that might throw a bit too much red, but it doesn't seem to whatsoever. So I think this is a gorgeous colour story, this Quint, and I think it's going to make some really beautiful eye looks. So the first eye look I will do on my left eye, and I'll probably only use 2 or 3 shades, and I'll try and go for a very soft look. So I'm going to take the Sonia G, this is the Classic Crease, and I'm going to go into this shade here, and I'm going to put this all over my lid and just take it above as well. This is a really beautiful shade, almost all on its own. I mean, I would be happy wearing this just by itself, and either adding this shade here to the upper lash line and a little bit on the lower lash line, or this one, just to give a little bit of definition. But apart from that, I'd just be happy with this just by itself. I think it's really beautiful. And then I'm just going to stay with the same shade. This is the Sonia G, this is the pencil one, and I'm going to run some of this under my lower lash line as well. Then I'm going to take the Forever 14 and I will go into the shade here. I don't want to put too much on. I want to just keep this as a fairly soft look. I'm going to put it in the outer corner here, and I am going to add some to the crease, and only just very slightly above. I don't want this big smoky eye. This is sort of more of an everyday type of eye look. I'm just going to take the Sonji, the pencil one again, and just stay with the shade and just put a little bit on the outside corner here just to start to give a little bit of definition. And then using the Forever number 3, I'm now going to go into the center shade here, and I'm going to put a little bit of this in the inner corner and just under here as well. And then using that same shade, I've just got the flat definer here, and I'm just going to pick up a little bit and just pop a little bit in the very inner part of my eyelid, just in here. And then really that's about it. I'm now just going to go back into the shade. I'm going to try the shade and just see what it's like, just for giving a bit of definition to my upper lash line. If I think it looks a bit red, I will go in with the black, but I think it should be okay. And before I put mascara on this eye, I'll do the second eye first. So again, I'm going to start with the shade here. So I'm just going to take the Classic Crease again, and I am going to just put this all over the lid. And I've wiped down the pencil one, and I just want to go into the shade and run some of that just under my lower lash line again. I will be going in with a deeper colour as well, but I just want to start off with this. Sometimes these colours just layer really beautifully together. Then I'm going to take the Forever 14, go back into the shade here, and put this in the outer corner. And I am going to take this through the crease, and I'm going to take it slightly, just slightly higher than this one that I did. Then I'm going to take the flat definer, and I'm going to stay with the shade, and I'm going to put this in the inner corner in here. Then I'm going to take the crease one, and I just want to go back into the shade here, and I just want to make sure there's a bit more shadow just through here, and I want to make sure I keep the middle part of my eyelid in this beautiful colour through here. So I'm just going to take, I'm going to use the Builder Pro, go back into that shade, and I'm just going to press some in the centre. Then I've just wiped down the flat definer, and now I'm going to go into the silver shade, and I'm going to put that in the middle as well. Just pop that over the other shade, and I'm also just tapping it above through the crease and just above on to the brow bone as well, not right at the top but just up through here. And then I'm just going to use the other side of the brush and go into the shade. And just pat some over the top of that silver. And then I'm just taking the pencil one, going back into the shade here, and I'm just going to add a little bit more shadow, just to give a little bit more depth. And then I'll just take a little bit more, and I'm going to run this just over my lower lash line as well. And then finally I'm just going to define my upper lash line. So this time I will go into the black shade. So I've now put some mascara on, and I love both eye looks. This is a beautiful quint. It's just the same as the other one with the formula. Buttery smooth, they're soft, they're really easy to blend, and just really beautiful colours. I think this is really gorgeous. So this is look number 1. And this is look number 2. Really beautiful. I would wear either of these during the day. For me, neither of them are over the top. You get this beautiful, it's a soft satin, a shimmer, but there's no glitter, nothing that makes it look over the top. You just get an easy sort of everyday look, or this one especially you could take in through to the night, or you could take this one as well. It really depends how you like your eyeshadow, but they are really beautiful. And the other thing with these shadows, they don't seem to emphasize the texture that I have on my mature eyelids. Just a really beautiful formula. And I like both eye looks equally. I think they're really lovely. So now I'm just going to wash this off, and then I'll be back and we'll do look number 3. And I'll also try out the blush in Galactic, which I used in my last video. So I did forget to mention earlier in the video the base makeup that I was wearing. So I do have on a Dior foundation. It's the Dior Forever, and this is the matte one. It's now warmer here in New Zealand, so I tend to go more towards either soft mattes or matte foundations, and I think this one is really beautiful. I'm wearing Guerlain Bronzer, and for the concealer underneath I'm wearing the brand new, it's the Chanel Sublimage. And I've done a couple of videos on that, and I've had that for about 2 weeks now, and I've worn it every single day since I purchased it. It's an absolutely beautiful concealer. So now let's get on to the third look. So for this eye look, I think I will go quite a bit more smokier, and I want to concentrate more on these 2 shades here. And the other 2 eye looks, I started off with this shade here, which I think is really beautiful. But I'm going to start off with this shade here. And this is the Forever 14. And I'm just going to put that in the outer corner, through the crease. And then I'm just going to stay with the same shade. And this is the Sonia G. This is a soft shader. And just tap it very lightly. And I'm going to run that under my lower lash line. I will go over the shade with the black as well. And then I'm just going to take the Forever 14 again, and now I'm going to go into this black matte. And it's just like the black matte shade in the other Quint. There appears to be a little bit of glitter in there, but I don't really see it when I apply it. And like the other black matte shade, this blends really, really beautifully. And even though it's matte, it does feel really creamy. It's a lovely, really lovely formula. So I'm going to take this above because I just want it to be more smokier. And then I'm going to take the Chukuhodo brush. This is the blend brush, and this is really, really soft. And I'm just going to go into this middle shade here and just put a tiny amount on my brow bone, and it's really just to soften the edges more of the dark shade as well. Then I'm going to go back using the pencil one, and again with the black matte shade, and I'm going to put some of this on my lower lash line. I'm going to take the Chukuhodo, this is the F06, and now I'm going to go into this silver shade, and I'm really just going to pack this shade on the brush, and I'm going to put this through here. And then I've got the BK Beauty, this is the 204, and I'm just going to stay with the silver shade, and I'm going to run some under the lower lash line as well. This is a really good brush because it's soft, but it's quite dense as well. And then I'm just going to take the Sonia G, the soft shader, and I want to go into this middle shade. And I just want to just lighten up just the very inner part here. And then I've just wet this brush using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Setting Spray, and I'm going to go into this shade here, and I'm going to use it to line my upper lash line. So now I'll put on some blush. I put this one on in my other video, and this is number 826, and this is Galactic Red. I do want to buy the other one, the more coral blush as well, and hopefully I'll be able to pick that up this week. So this is the colour story. I'll just hold the brush down that's inside of Galactic Red, and really beautiful colour. This is a red, but it's like it has a bit of a purple in it too. This is a really beautiful winter blush, and I think it's going to go really beautifully with this eye look. So I'm going to take the Chukahodo brush, and it is the F03. And what a gorgeous shade. I mean, I tapped very, very lightly into this blush. You can certainly add a lot more pigment if you want to, but I think really that's enough for me. But I think the shade is just really, really beautiful. And then for highlight, I'm going to use a shadow from this Quint, and I'm going to use this is a Rapha brush. It's number 27. It's a fairly big brush, and it's really fluffy, and I just want to pinpoint the highlight just over here. So I'm actually going to go into the middle shade, just go fairly lightly, but I think it'll give it just a really beautiful highlight just through here, and it does. It's really lovely. And then finally for lipstick, I'm going to use one that I just purchased a few days ago. This is the new Dior Addict. This is the Lip Glow, and this is in the shade 1947, Miss Dior. And this is really a lip balm, but I tend to wear nude type of lipsticks all the time. And especially when I do a more bold eye, I like to wear a more nude lip. So this is a really beautiful soft shade. I'll just show you the packaging of it first before I put it on. So this is what it looks like. It's really pretty packaging. Then you just pull it out the case, and the bullet's just the twist up and the twist down. So here is the finished look, and eye look number 3. And just like I said with the other Quint in the other video, this is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I love these shades. I think they are beautiful, and I love the formula as well. It's just a really gorgeous eye look. I love it. I think it's really gorgeous, and I think that my husband's going to love it too. He does like it when I do a smoky eye look. I think it's really, really pretty. And these shadows just blend so easily. They're really user friendly. I mean, yes, I use really good quality brushes, but they really are easy to blend, and I think they just look really, really beautiful. I love this silver shade, and I like it that they've got the lighter colour in the middle too, because you can just add that lightness in through here, and I think it's really lovely. And like in my last video, I love the blush. I think the Red Galactic blush is just absolutely beautiful. A really gorgeous winter shade. And I think that this Dior Addict is really lovely as well. It's a really pretty shade, and I'm really glad that I've picked this up. I think it's really, really beautiful. So overall, I think that this Dior Holiday collection is stunning. As I was saying earlier, about a couple of months ago, you first started seeing just a couple of sneak peek pictures of this collection, and I thought then, even though the pictures weren't great quality, that these Quints were going to be absolutely beautiful, and they are. They're more beautiful in person, and they just apply beautifully as well. There's quite a lot with the Dior Holiday collection, and I've just ended up picking up 3 of their holiday candles, and they also have a set. It's on the New Zealand Australia site, but I couldn't seem to find it on the United States side. But if there is, I'll probably put something up on the community page and Instagram. But they also have, and it's the packaging for their holiday, and I think it is quite in a small case, and there is that beautiful constellation and stars in the gold, and then you have the deep blue color behind it, and then inside that is quite a few different, they're really small, but samples of their perfumes, and I'm really tempted to pick that up as well. I'm going to have a think about it over the weekend, but I think I'm probably going to order it because I think not only is it beautiful, but it's a great way to try out their different fragrances as well. So yeah, very tempted with that, and likely that I will pick that up. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye.